I need to tell you the truth. That surge of motivation you feel at 11 p.m., that sudden clarity about your life, that burning desire to change everything, to finally become who you're supposed to be. It's a lie, not a small lie, a biological lie. Your brain is playing a trick on you. And here's what makes it cruel. You believe it every single time. You felt it dozens, maybe hundreds of times. That moment when the house goes quiet, when everyone else is asleep, when you're finally alone with your thoughts. Suddenly everything becomes clear. You see exactly what you need to do. You feel unstoppable. You open your notes app. You start writing plans. You promise yourself, tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow I start. And then tomorrow comes. The alarm goes off. And that person from last night, that motivated, clear-minded version of you, they're gone, vanished. In their place is someone tired, confused, someone who hits snooze and wonders what all that excitement was even about. Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you, because understanding this will change everything. Think about the last time this happened to you. Really think about it. You were lying in bed or sitting at your desk in the dark, and suddenly you felt it. That rush, that certainty. You could see your entire future laid out like a map. You knew exactly what needed to change. Your career, your habits, your relationships. Everything was suddenly so obvious. You might have even grabbed your phone and started texting yourself ideas, or opened a document and typed furiously. The words flowed. The vision was crystalline. You felt like a prophet receiving divine inspiration. And here's the beautiful part, the tragic part. You genuinely believed that this time was different. This time, the motivation would last. This time, you'd actually follow through. Want to know why you keep falling for this? Because your brain is designed to fool you at night. Listen to me carefully. Late-night motivation isn't real motivation. It's a neurological phenomenon. It's your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for judgment and inhibition, shutting down. Here's what's actually happening in your brain when midnight strikes and you suddenly feel like a productivity guru. Your prefrontal cortex is exhausted. It's been making decisions all day. It's been managing stress, filtering information, keeping you appropriate and controlled. By 11 p.m., it's running on fumes. And when your prefrontal cortex weakens, something else takes over. Your limbic system, the emotional center, the dreamer, the part of your brain that doesn't care about logistics or obstacles or the fact that you have to wake up in 6 hours. Think of it like this. During the day, you have a responsible adult and an excited child both living in your head. The adult is always saying, "Yes, but how? What about the obstacles? What about our other commitments?" At night, the adult goes to sleep, and the child gets to dream without supervision. That's your late-night motivation. It's not wisdom, it's not clarity, it's unsupervised dreaming. It's your brain with the safety rails removed, imagining everything is possible because the part of your brain that evaluates possibility is offline. And here's the trick. It feels so good because it's pure emotion without friction. No doubt, no fear, no realistic assessment of difficulty, just pure, unfiltered desire. Do you know what that is? It's intoxication. You're literally drunk on your own neurochemistry. And like all intoxication, there's a hangover. The alarm goes off. Your prefrontal cortex boots back up. The responsible adult returns to the office, and they look at all those grand plans the child made last night and they say, "What were you thinking?" Suddenly, every obstacle is visible again, every difficulty, every reason why it won't work. The logistics, the time, the energy, the complexity, the map that seemed so clear at midnight is now a maze. The path that seemed so obvious is now filled with fog. And you feel like a failure. Again. Because you couldn't sustain that feeling. Because morning you can't match the energy of midnight you. But here's the truth no one tells you. You were never supposed to sustain it. That feeling was never meant to be sustained. It was a biological accident, not a spiritual awakening. The problem isn't that you lack discipline. The problem is that you're trying to hold on to a feeling that was never real in the first place. Listen to me carefully, because this is where everything changes. Late-night motivation isn't useless. But it's not what you think it is. It's not a plan. It's not a commitment. It's not a promise you should try to keep. It's a signal, a message from a part of yourself that doesn't get to speak very often. Think about what happens at night. The world is quiet. The demands stop. No one needs anything from you. No notifications are urgent. You're finally alone with yourself. And in that rare silence, something true emerges. Not a practical plan, but a desire, a longing, a vision of who you want to become. That part is real. The feeling is real. The desire is real. What's not real is the timeline, the ease, the certainty that you can do it all starting tomorrow. Here's what I want you to understand. Your late-night self is a poet, not a project manager. They're showing you the destination, not the directions. They're revealing your North Star, not your next step. And that's actually more valuable, because most people never even see their North Star. Most people are so busy following other people's directions that they never stop long enough to ask, where do I actually want to go? Your late-night motivation is your soul trying to tell you something, but you keep misinterpreting the message. So here's how you keep the gift without falling for the lie. Stop treating late-night inspiration as a plan. Start treating it as reconnaissance. You're gathering intelligence about yourself. You're discovering what matters to you when all the noise falls away. When that feeling hits at midnight, don't make promises. Don't set alarms for 5 a.m. Don't write elaborate plans. Instead, write down the desire underneath the plan. Not, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and work out for an hour. But I want to feel strong in my body again. Not, I'm going to learn 3 new skills this year, but I'm hungry to grow. I'm tired of staying the same. Not, I'm going to start that business next month. But I want to build something that matters. I want my work to mean something. Do you see the difference? One is a logistical promise your morning self will reject. The other is a truth your morning self can actually work with. Because here's what happens when you translate the poetry into reality. Your morning self can take that desire and ask, okay, what's one small step toward that? What's something I can actually do today? Not the whole transformation, not the complete metamorphosis, just one step. One real, actionable, doable step that moves you toward what you actually want. And here's the beautiful part. Small steps taken consistently will get you further than grand visions that evaporate with the sunrise. Your late-night self shows you the mountain. Your morning self climbs it. Both are necessary. Both are valid, but they have different jobs. Stop expecting your morning self to have the emotional intensity of your midnight self. And stop expecting your midnight self to have the practical wisdom of your morning self. Let me tell you what happens when you stop falling for the lie and start listening to the signal. You stop the cycle of inspiration and disappointment. You stop feeling like a failure every morning. You stop making promises you can't keep. Instead, you start building a real relationship with your own desire. You start honoring both the dreamer and the doer. And something miraculous happens. Your life actually starts to change. Not through dramatic overnight transformations, but through honest, consistent movement toward what you genuinely want. You weren't born to make midnight promises and break them by dawn. You were born to dream big and build small. To feel deeply and act wisely. To let your soul show you the direction and let your discipline walk the path. The late-night motivation isn't a lie about what you want. It's a lie about how easily you can get it. And when you understand that distinction, everything becomes possible. Not easy, not overnight, but possible. Really possible. Through patient, persistent, practical steps toward a vision you glimpsed in a moment of quiet truth. So here's what I want you to do. Tonight or the next time that feeling hits you, I want you to try something different. Don't fight it, don't dismiss it, but don't blindly trust it either. Write down what you feel, but then ask yourself, what's the desire underneath this plan? What does this really tell me about what I want? And then, in the morning, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today that honors that desire? Not the whole vision, not the complete transformation, just one small, real thing, and watch what happens. Watch how, over time, those small things add up to something that actually resembles the vision your midnight self showed you. I want you to write something in the comments. Just one sentence. Write, my late-night self is a poet and my morning self is a builder. Write that down. Let it become your new way of seeing this. Let it free you from the cycle of false promises and genuine disappointment. And if this resonated with you, if this changed how you see your own patterns, subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell, because we're going to keep exploring these hidden truths about how your mind actually works. Not how productivity gurus think it should work, but how it actually works. Give this video a like if you've ever made a midnight promise you couldn't keep in the morning. Because you're not alone, you're not broken, you're just human. And understanding your humanity is the first step to working with it instead of against it. Remember this, the vision is real. The timeline was the lie. Honor the vision. Be honest about the timeline. And watch yourself slowly, genuinely, really become the person you glimpse in those quiet midnight moments. You're not failing at transformation. You're just learning to translate between two different languages. The language of desire and the language of action. Both are necessary, both are sacred. Keep dreaming. But wake up ready to build.